Hello? Hello? Jump into Walt. Thank you for tuning in again. It's another beautiful day. I am only half dead, so that's good. Feeling tired, but I'm surviving for sure. And I'm honestly really excited to talk to y'all today. I think we've got some really important stuff to cover. So last time I was talking about how I'm in the process of giving up caffeine and how the way you frame a goal like that can affect how you feel about that goal. Got all this awesome advice from my friends. It's all been percolating in my brain, but one concept in particular has really been sticking out. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. It's something that my friend Nico told me about. I remembered hearing about this way back in like my high school Psychology 101 class. It's a concept that was coined by the famous psychologist Karen Horney. Everyone would make fun of her name. We were like 18. The concept has a lot to do with the pressure that we all place on ourselves, and it's called the Tyranny of the Shoulds. That's really strong language, tyranny. This is something that we let control our lives needlessly. Horney recognized that our shoulds are a major source of the unhappiness and the guilt and the frustration that we feel throughout our lives. And the big reason is something that I mentioned last time, which is that when we give ourselves a should, I should be working at this job, or I shouldn't be spending my time doing these things, it splits our personality into two selves, something that she called the ideal self and the real self. And when our real self isn't able to live up to the expectations of that ideal self, which is usually the case, that's when we start to beat ourselves up and say, why aren't you amounting to this? You should be here, you should be, but for whatever reason you're here, and so you are not enough. So going back to my goal of giving up caffeine, what I realized through talking to my friends was that I was turning this goal into a should. I think giving up caffeine would make my life better. Translation, I should give up caffeine. And so I was creating all this pressure, all this stress, without asking myself why I actually wanted to do this, or if I even want to do it in the first place. Now, everyone has an ideal self, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's good to have goals and aspirations to work toward, and if your shoulds are within the realm of what you actually want to do and what you realistically can do, then they can be very powerful motivators. The problem happens when the gap between your real and your ideal self becomes so large that you can't realistically meet those standards. It's like the difference between me saying, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, go cold turkey, not have any coffee, just quit from here on out and deal with it, versus this is something I want to strive for. I know it's going to be really difficult. I know it's going to be painful. It's okay if it takes a long time. It's okay if I take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And even if it doesn't go perfectly how I want it to, which of course it won't, I'm on my side. It's a goal that I want to frame from the standpoint of self-compassion, telling myself, it's okay, you are already enough. This is something that you want, as opposed to the standpoint of self-loathing, where I'm like, you are not enough and you need to do this thing, you should do this thing so that you can become better. There's no such thing as should. There are only choices that we can make. And again, through talking to my friends, who I'm super grateful for, I'm realizing that I don't need to put this pressure on myself or shame myself. I'm doing these things because I want to be doing them. Like, this is my life. I'm trying to reap the rewards and the joy from it. Not put myself in a box and say, like, this is what you have to do. Or like, I have to wake up today and achieve this thing that's way over my comfort level. I can ask myself what I feel comfortable with now and then go from there. So that being said, that's about all I have in me for today. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. I'm deceased.